I'm going to give you the monthly market update here in Vancouver. We've got a lot of stuff going on at the moment. One of the biggest things adding uncertainty to the market right now is the new land claims with the federal government spreading over a ton of the lower mainland, really. And so if you live in Vancouver, North Van, West Van, anywhere in the surrounding area, potentially you are affected by this new agreement that they're working on. Now, they have come out and said it's not going to affect private properties, but nothing is set in stone at the moment, and it is going to be an agreement that they reach at some point. They haven't ironed that out yet, so we're obviously going to keep our eyes on that. A lot of people are curious about how that affects their land values, and really at the moment we don't really know. Essentially what it's doing is just adding more uncertainty to this market that has no urgency, and a lot of buyers are just waiting on the sidelines for either that perfect place to come up. But this doesn't help things, doesn't help push people in the right direction. The sentiment for purchasing properties right now isn't exactly at an all-time high. That being said, there's obviously some deals out there, which is great. So if you're looking to purchase, I've been saying this, if you're renting right now, it's the perfect time to look because there is a lot of inventory on the market and it is a good time to pick up a deal. Now, a lot of people are wondering right now, what is going on? We're in a total buyer's market, but there's actually a lot of places that are going into multiple offers. And it's a bit of a brain buster, but basically what's happening is you've got a ton of inventory on the market that essentially no one wants or is overpriced or whatever. It's sitting there. And there's a ton of buyers sitting on the sidelines as well, waiting for new properties every week, checking to see if there's anything new that's popped up because they know it's on the market and they're ready to go. A lot of them are pre-approved, renting, and primed up, ready to purchase. And when a property that kind of has those certain characteristics that people want, it's move-in ready, it's renovated, it's priced well, in a good area, so on and so forth, all that large group of buyers that have been looking for 2, 3, 4 months, sometimes even a couple of years, they all jump on that property. And guess what? A lot of them have all their ducks in a row. And so they're ready to make offers on these places when they do pop up. And so you'll see all the good listings immediately get snatched. Either they go into multiple offers. And when I say multiple offers too, I don't necessarily mean bidding wars going crazy over asking. It's not, some cases we are seeing that, but it is rare. More what we're seeing is like, hey, you got 2 offers on a property, 2 people bidding on the same property, and you might see still 7 days of conditions and it ends up going for asking price. Not like what people think of when they think of multiple offers. It just goes to show you that there are buyers out there and they are ready, but they are just waiting for that specific product that ticks all those boxes. So many sellers, I should say, right now are reaching for that price that they don't want to leave any money on the table. But in the long run, if you can price your property sharply, the first week on the market is so critical, and you end up getting multiple offers. A lot of the time you net out with more money than if you were to try and reach for that higher price. And then you wait it out, you got to do 2, 3 price reductions. Then your listing is stale, it's on the market, someone comes and lowballs you. Trying to just create that urgency, because otherwise it's really hard to push people over the line to make that offer. On a statistic basis, basically more of the same, prices trickling down. I think we're almost 9% year over year, prices have declined. And we're seeing more inventory hit the market. Not a crazy amount, but definitely inflated inventory numbers. So a lot of houses on the market, creating a, like I said, a buyer's market. When you have more options, that's just how it goes. My advice, I think, if you're buying is again, just be ready, because those properties that do come up that everyone wants get scooped up pretty quickly. And almost missed my turn. And I think the other main thing is, if you're selling, price sharply. I personally think it's better to have urgency hitting the market on that first week and get a little bit of action. And guess what? If you don't get the price you want, you don't have to sell. You can counter offers, right? I think otherwise, a lot of the time, these listings, they end up stale and on the market. If you have more questions or you're thinking of buying or selling, definitely let us know. Help a lot of people. Happy to help you too. Thanks so much for watching.